Hello everybody and welcome to this week's edition of Thinking Outside the Pod. I'll be your host this week. My name is Patrick and as always I'm joined by my two companions,
Fisher.
And Jimmy.
For those of you who don't know who Fisher is, he's been gone a few times. We told you guys the story of Wellsiak an episode or two ago. So
what? I thought it was a couple episodes ago. But
well, every time you're gone, we kind of retell it.
We make up some other reason why you're not around. Bottom line is, how was the space trip to the moon?
It was awesome. I mean, getting back was a little bit tricky.
For killer whales, it could be hard in space, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Sweet. Well, guys,
welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Foster, Wellsiak, Fisher.
Fisher the third, Esquire.
Oh, they're welcoming you. All right, and
they are welcoming you.
And now I'm not welcomed anymore.
Yeah, you're not welcome.
All right, now everybody, just please stop welcoming.
Please stop it.
We've got a pretty good show for this week. There's a few good things that we want to talk about. I was trending on BuzzFeed, or trolling, I should say.
Yeah.
And I found something that I think everybody's guilty of at some point or another. And most of the stuff that's on there is pretty spot on. So I figured I'd bring it up for this episode this week. And the title of this one is, the post is called The 13 Stages of Procrastination That We're All Guilty of.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about talking about this, but I postponed it.
I don't know.
Put it up till later.
We'll do this. We'll talk about procrastination
Well, I
later.
bookmarked it a few days ago, so I was just hoping I'd get back around to it too.
Yeah, no, definitely. I am definitely guilty of procrastination.
I could waste time like you would not believe, I swear.
Yeah. Most of my life is just wasting time.
Very nice. Wellsiak wastes time all the time, I bet.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, it's one of it depends on what it is, you know. I mean, if it's something that's not super important, then yeah, I'll just.
What do you define as not super important?
Like chores and stuff like that.
Chores.
Yeah.
Chores are not important.
Well, it depends on like what they are. If it's just like general cleaning and stuff like that, I'm like, I could do it later. You know, I don't have to do it now.
Like I can wash that plate later.
Yeah.
Wash the plate later.
That plate's still there in my kitchen, dirty.
All right, let's get into this dirty kitchen plates. The first one, number 1, says the creative stage. What begins as writing a to-do list carefully, casually becomes a beautiful work of art. And where you start to, jot down things you want to get done before you either start doodling or you end up folding the page into like origami or something.
Well, the thing with me is I rarely ever write down like lists of things to do. I'm on my computer, like I open up Notepad or Word or something. But then it's just so easy just to like minimize that and just go back on the internet. And there goes my day.
Do you have like a stash of like saved files that you like a checklist stuff that you've made?
Not at the moment, but I used to.
Like do you have a folder for the like Microsoft Word files that are just like the list of shit you should have been doing back then?
There's probably some that I've saved and just put somewhere like in my documents somewhere, but I won't.
Fisher?
Well, my problem is, like when I make a list like that and stuff like that, I'll forget to title it, so then it just kind of gets drowned in the sea of icons that I have. And eventually, like months and months later, I'm like, what the hell is this untitled text?
What the hell is
file?
Untitled?
You're like, prepare for Y2K.
And I click it, it's like,
okay,
that's a list of crap that I made a while ago.
Turn to get me.
Okay.
Just a bit. So that way I don't gotta hold it up here. I'm pretty much guilty of leaving little pieces of paper all around my room, especially. I have like 2 or 3 notepads where like I specifically use these yellow notepads for like writing lists down, and I'm a great list maker. And I usually end up losing it or end up drawing on it and like tearing it up or throwing it away because I hate the art that I've put on there. But yeah, man, I've got I used to do Post-its, but those things end up everywhere and they get lost easily. You know what I mean? So. I don't know. Maybe Post-its got to make theirs a little bit bigger. I know they have like bright colors, but still, after you got like a whole bunch of yellow stuff covering your desk, it's kind of hard to tell which one's which.
You just use a bigger piece of paper and just tape it to the wall or something. Use colorful markers or something.
Maybe I should just dry erase board one of my walls, the whole wall.
Yeah, you can do that.
And that way I can just
or use the Post-it notes as like parts of the letter, so you just have like
create lettering out of the Post-it notes.
Yeah, just
we see how
clean your room.
Let's make this as
so
distracting as possible.
instead of cleaning your room, you're spelling clean your room.
You're actually making your room more dirty by putting 400 Post-its on the wall.
Creating this list on the wall that you hope to, you intend to get back to one day. All right, number 2 here, guys. Whoops, let me go back here. Bookmarks. Oh, that looks like a good one. Let's look at this one first.
Oh, jeez. We're procrastinating.
Oh, no. Back to the other one.
Oh, we're not writing a list yet. So.
Number 2, the plotting stage. You spend an obscene amount of time on a game plan and then celebrate how much time you'll have afterward to do nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's like my like whenever I'm going to sleep and I'm thinking about the next day, and I need to go to the bank, I need to go to the store, buy milk, and all the things I want to do, but then I end up like sleeping in, and then I'm like half the day's gone, so I'm just like, well, I guess I can just wait to do all that stuff later.
I can go tomorrow.
Yeah, but like in my mind, it's like perfect. Like I can do that, and then I can even make that 5 o'clock movie time and go watch a movie as well. It's gonna be an awesome day.
Walmart's open 24 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I just sleep until 6, and then I'm like, oh, dang it.
Fisher?
Yeah, that's normally the planning time is kind of where I lose it. Where it's one of those.
Right at the beginning, that's where I kind of lose it.
It's like I'll plan out, I'll make this big elaborate plan, and then I just realize there's parts of it where I'm like, you know what, I don't have to do this. I'm like, why is this part of my plan? You know, I'm like, I could just do, you know, it's like I have 4 steps. I'm like, forget step 2 and 3. I'll just go from 1 to 4.
Yeah. In your mind, you're just like, those steps aren't important anymore.
Maybe I should hire a planner. Do you guys use like Google Docs or like those Google Calendar stuff or anything like that?
No.
I think that seems like the biggest waste of time.
I have like
really,
birthdays on there. Like it's synced to my Facebook, so it has birthdays on there.
But like the events from your Facebook sync up to it usually. That's the way mine is.
Yeah,
that's one of my biggest unfortunate things is I don't write stuff down like ever. So I mean, it's like I'll make notes on a computer every once in a while, but then I'll forget that I made notes.
Well, I used to be real big into sketching, and to this day I still carry around sketchbooks. But like maybe back about 8 years ago, I just gradually stopped sketching in them. And at one point, I would even any kind of like magazine ad I would see, or like newspaper or magazine article. If I saw something that I was visually liked about it, I would rip it out and glue stick it into my sketchbook. So I've got sketchbooks full of like, you know, collage stuff in there that I just thought was cool at the time. And I hope to get back into it. I still carry one around, like I said, but it's blank at this point. It's got my name in the front, you know?
Yeah. I used to doodle a lot, like during school, like whenever like lectures and stuff. I used to doodle a lot, but now there's no like really boring times that I can fade away and to do something else.
Maybe I can see about sitting into some math or like math lectures at like one of the universities and just start zoning out, and I slowly just start like creating masterpieces, because I remember I used to draw like great shit on those.
Yeah, and I like when I used Facebook a lot, it was like to come up with funny statuses, and all those statuses I'd come up with like during school lectures. So and if you look at my Facebook now, I rarely do any updates like that anymore.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is, Foster? Where you can be more creative in class when you should be doing like listening to lectures and taking notes, and you can like draw the Mona Lisa in crayon.
I don't know. I think it's just
It's got to be something like mental, like you want to get away, like in your mind.
Yeah.
I'm the same way though. Do you do that?
I used to zone out. I mean, once I started getting into classes, it's the classes that I wasn't interested in were the ones that I would zone out. If I was interested in the class, I'd definitely,
like
pay attention.
With girls in the math class. I still don't get this one, and they're like, "Oh, well, I'll show you," and you're like, "Yeah, you should show me after class."
But anyway,
it's got to be the boring classes.
The boring classes. Heck, half the time I'd just kind of zonk out.
Give us your best zonked out look.
Zonked out. There's a video on it.
We'll get into that in a little bit. We'll get into that in a little bit. Let's finish the list at least.
But yeah, I think
teaser.
I think it's definitely just something in your mind, like you're so bored that you just want to get away. Like you shut down all like the analytical, logical parts of your mind, and the only ones left are like the creative, artistic ones. So that's when you zone out from that kind of stuff, it just spawns that creativity.
I'm telling you, I've been so creative in some of these awful classes I hated, and I'm like jealous of the fact that I'm not as creative. I don't want to say not as creative now, but I'm just longing, to get back into one of these awful classes.
Plus, there's so much distractions now that keep you interested. Like there's like 15 sites that you can go on. Plus, you can just get lost in the YouTube.
I need one of those teachers from the Ferris Bueller movie.
Yep.
Bueller.
Yeah, I used to make. All my doodles. I used to make like stick figure cartoons and stuff like that. That were pretty good, and I have them all posted on my Facebook if you want to look at them.
Go look at his YouTube. Jimmy Hughes on his YouTube. He's got an awesome
Oh yeah, that stick figure.
stick figure animation he created in PowerPoint with 1,300 slides.
1,300 slides.
You will be amazed at the fucking this guy's skill level in PowerPoint.
Around the time that like Fantastic Four was coming out, so that movie, whatever time that was.
That was a while ago.
Early 2000s maybe or something, or yeah.
Number 3, the
Or
fake
don't
out stage. Go watch it. The fake out stage. You start on it early, completely motivated, and game to conquer this beast. But then you remember it's lunchtime.
Yeah, it's either that or I just sleep through it all. Like all my plans.
Well, like Foster, that part, Foster would start deducting stuff from it. Like 2 and 3, I don't eat that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the point I
Who
already
eats
made.
groceries?
Yeah, it's like, I can do that tomorrow.
I won't be hungry
I don't
till
need to
later.
eat today.
Yeah.
That's what fast food's for.
I can drink water. I can go without food for days, but water you need to drink. Number 4 is Jimmy's, the resting stage. You take a nap because this is so hard, but then don't wake up until days later.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wish I could just sleep.
That's the weekends, sir, for me. It's like, once I get
Number
home from
4,
work, yeah.
Number 5 is better suited for Fisher. The reassessment.
Yeah.
You wake up realizing you need a new game plan, so you're recalculating to find out exactly this every second you need to start working and deduct the things you don't need to
Yep.
do.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's because my plans change all the time. Sometimes I think it's like you find out new information, you go, all right, that doesn't work, and try something else, and this keeps getting pushed back and back and back because you keep planning it over and over again.
Because you keep the time you have to do it keeps shrinking as the more time you waste grows.
Yeah, and the one problem I have too, when I push back stuff, I just forget it. I end up just forgetting it, and then it just like weeks later, I'm like, oh crap, I need to.
At some point, you're just like, just screw it, just do whatever I got. Just all right, done with
Let's
it.
just skip to the end and fuck it.
I lose focus way too much, so that plan's just gone.
The slight detour, you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and then begin searching for answers. But then you get sidetracked into practicing karaoke.
So for me, it's video games. I mean, video games and internet, YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
This one's good. Number 7, the cleaning stage. You notice how dirty everything is around you, which unleashes Captain Clean Freak, who then speed cleans your entire apartment.
That's not me. That's the thing I'm procrastinating on.
Oh,
for me, it's opposite.
Yeah, my room gets to the point where I'm just like, this is just disgusting. So I clean it like 3/4 of the way. I'm like, this is livable.
Better.
This is livable. Done. I never, unless I'm having company over or something happening like that. Then like 3/4 of the way clean, where
you just like clean until it would be a house that the hoarders people would not go visit. And then you're good.
I think I am a hoarder. I
hoard stuff. I hoard like newspapers. There's always a stack of newspaper in my corner.
I have like boxes and boxes of just crap that I won't ever need. But whenever I clean, I don't throw any of it away. I just organize it better, so it's more compact, like in my closet.
Well, it's like with me, I'm a hoarder, but I'm like a pile hoarder. It's like one of those of like you can tell where I live because there are piles where I'm at. There's just little piles of this stuff, man. It's like I know where they are because like part of the reason I don't ever sometimes clean it up is because once I clean it up, then I don't know where the hell anything is anymore.
I had a system.
Yeah, but if it's stuff you don't need, why do you need to know where it is?
Well, I don't know if I know if I need it or not. It's there in case I need it.
That's my problem. Like we were where we work was throwing away a lot of old stuff that we're cleaning out, and I got this like old like vector scope and like an old switcher.
We can quite figure out what the hell it was.
It's a big panel with a lot of buttons, and I have that and a vector scope. I just have them.
Probably don't
just
work.
in case.
They're actually still in my trunk. I need to actually get them out.
Uh-oh, he's hoarding in the trunk now.
Procrastination there.
Yeah, that is.
Once your room gets full of stuff, you'll have to like start sleeping in dumpsters like Danny, DeVito, and Charlie and Sunny in Philadelphia.
I have a storage unit, so I need to just take.
How big is it?
I don't know, 10 by 10 or something like that.
It's like a little hallway one?
It's got a couch. Yeah, it's got a couch and like a washer and dryer. That when I moved out of my last apartment, didn't have room for, so I put them in there. And then I have.
Was it the apartment's washer and dryer that you took?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
Edit that out.
Tell them F your deposit.
They're still searching for me.
Keep a $200 deposit. I got $450 worth of cleaning equipment in storage. Number 8 is introspection. You get lost pondering deep existential questions like, can I smile?
Existential.
Can I smize? Existential. Do you guys ever just like zone out, start contemplating the mysteries of the world when you need to do shit?
It did. No, I don't. I rarely do. Like,
So you're
unless I'm
focused-
bored. Like, if I'm ridiculously bored, my mind might wander off, but I don't really zonk out unless nothing's happening. I don't know.
That's pretty
It's-
much
yeah.
If I have nothing to do, I'll zonk out, and that's just
I'd much rather just reach for my phone or something. Nowadays, there's usually a
Sure.
computer close.
I mean, it's one of those of probably the biggest times that I used to zonk out was back in football when I was second string.
When you're writing the
Bench
pine.
warmer.
When you're writing the pine.
Yeah.
Sure, but that's when I kind of learned how to zonk out, just when I had nothing to do. So, I mean, it's like, I'd love to sit here and get into the game, but it's just like I'm
I'd
never.
rather be at home reaching into the porn pile I got by my couch. Nobody move that shit because I need to know where it is at all times.
You never know when you'll need it.
Number 9, the actual beginning stage. You sit down and actually get started, but then the internet exists.
Yep.
Yep.
That's mine.
And I can waste time on the internet like crazy. After I go through Facebook or Twitter and stuff, I'll see like a really cool meme, and then the next thing I'll do is I'll think of like a movie I used to like, and then go find that photo and make a meme out of it somehow. I do that often, and probably a lot more than I'd like to. And it kind of sucks because I waste so much time looking for the perfect fucking picture from this movie to depict the stuff that I'm trying to say. Not cool.
Yeah, internet is just the worst for me. Like I have like a routine like Facebook, and then or email, Facebook, and then Imager if I want to, Reddit if I need.
I've seen you go
just
through
YouTube.
Imager and Reddit, and this guy can take it.
Yeah.
This guy can put some time on Imager and Reddit.
Yeah, because I mean, all you have to do is just press the right.
Sometimes he has
arrow
two
and
screens, two browsers open with each of them on one on each side, so you can double multitask.
I'm watching Netflix on one screen, and I'm still browsing Imager.
With Spotify on in the background.
That actually is. I don't do that really anymore because I miss like the whole episode of what I'm watching by just looking at Imager. So I just do one video now.
I used to pull up on Netflix like a movie I was into while I'm doing my Photoshop stuff. But then, certain parts of the movie, I'm just standing there sitting at this little fucking box in the corner of my screen. And my screen's like a small screen. So I end up just staring at this small screen with a little screen inside of it rather than pay attention to the Photoshop duties I should be doing. And I've killed so much time doing it. And it's not like great movies. It's like Weird Science or, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'm singing along with that part where he's on the float, Really random shit, man.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like in my room, I have like a 55-inch Sony TV just in my corner that I have not turned on in like months, and instead I'm watching Netflix on my.
Get an HDMI
monitor.
table
I was
and
gonna say,
cable and hook it up.
Yeah, PlayStation 3 or something like that.
I do. I
Um,
have that. I just don't.
When I used to, when I
easier.
record a song, I'll have all I'll have it hooked up to my television, my laptop hooked up to my television. So what I'll do is I'll drag over the recording software to my TV, and I'll have some either audio editing or I'll have Netflix on, or something else on my laptop. So I'll be like editing off of my laptop on the television screen, and I'll have something going on here at the same time. I started to do that, and I started to get really. I'm not bored, but like I couldn't do it after a while. It's like, I'm trying to do one thing at a time. It ended up taking me like double the time to get anything done.
Yeah,
Except
I
have,
mean,
like, two things going.
you
So it's
split.
like,
If you split your interest between the two things, neither one of them are going to be.
both of them will suffer.
They're going to suffer. So you just have to close one of them.
This next one here is something like we were just talking about. Where is it? The isolation stage. Turning down social functions because you need to focus on getting this done, but then you actually sit down and watch a complete Netflix marathon.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the whole thing. I just get distracted too easily.
Internet, yeah.
Internet. Number 11, the caffeine stage. Drinking loads and tons of caffeine to pull an all-nighter, and in reality, you only accomplish everything else you've been putting off in your life.
I do that just to waste time on the internet.
Well, I know Jimmy's like Monster Energy drink king. He always has like a 24 ounce of Monster Energy.
No.
And then he comes and tells us about how he can't sleep at night. And I'm like, dude, maybe
I drink one of those like once every like 3 weeks.
but maybe you're sensitive to caffeine.
Maybe, but the bottle that I have all the time, I just fill with water. It's one of those reclosable ones. It's just water.
You only lie to yourself when you lie, Jimmy.
I never lie. They're all word pranks.
How about you, Fisher? Big coffee freak?
No, I mean I drink soda, but I think it's just because I have habit more than anything else. I mean, I don't know, maybe caffeine addiction. I don't know, but I keep it 2 a day. But I mean, that's about it.
Coffee's gross.
I'm trying to get off
I'm
of
not a big
sodas.
fan.
I don't like coffee.
Coffee's
Yeah, soda.
awful. It's the devil. I think. Like
You
I
drink it all the time.
I drink it in the mornings because I have to like wake up and be functional in like a few minutes to a few hours maybe. But I'm really not a big coffee person, and I really like when you meet a person and she's like, oh, maybe we should go for some coffee, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go for coffee.
What
You
is
know?
that Goodwill Hunting where it's like, why don't we just go eat caramels? Like, because that's just as arbitrary.
Well, I mean, I just think it's awful because it's like, it makes me jittery and it makes my stomach turn. So I don't want to be sitting there thinking that, I'm going to start passing gas or like drop a load. And at the same time, I'm just like, I'm sensitive to caffeine. So, I mean, I can think of better ways to hang out with a girl than, debating on whether I should go to the bathroom or, can't stop shaking and fidgeting and shit.
Yeah.
I don't think I have that type of reaction to caffeine. I mean, I just never have. I mean,
Well, I
just
think
as far
I've
as
got
I
like
know, I don't know.
the HDD, my HDD kicks in. And then it's
ADHD?
like, yeah, it's all over. Hyperactive. See, I didn't even have enough attention span to say the full name.
No, I never had like sugar rushes. I have like, I think, well, I'm going to call like dull energy, like where I'm just awake, but I'm not like
Dull energy.
Like
I think you just coined a new term.
It's just like I have energy because I can't sleep, but it's just I'm not energetic, so I'm just like brain dead, just there awake, and I can't sleep. Like I turn off everything and I try to go to sleep, and then like 15 minutes later I'm like, I'm bored, I can't sleep, so I turn everything back on.
I'm bored of laying.
And that's why I stay up all the time. It's like that dull energy.
I guess.
Number 12, the future promise stage. Promising yourself to never procrastinate again.
That's yeah.
Yep, I've done that before and then promptly procrastinate.
Yeah.
Big return to procrastination.
Yep.
The last one here is finally finishing stage. Somehow you finish on time and prove to yourself once again that you work best under pressure.
Yeah.
Well, during school, yeah.
Yes.
Like, during school, I would wait for like until like it's due like next day. Even though teachers would be like, "Don't wait until the end to the due date to do this," but I always do, and BS my way through all the.
You want to eat my gum, Jimmy?
Just you eat it.
I don't want to eat it.
Just eat it.
No.
Don't give it to me.
Oh, come on. Oh, don't do that.
Put it behind your ear, Fisher, for later.
I want to for you.
Well, that completes the first topics that we had, the procrastination topics. The second thing I wanted
We're
to
going to put
talk
off the rest
about.
till next week.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, no, just, there was more, but we don't want to go there right now.
Part two, we'll wait. No.
It'll be, down the line.
We'll edit this so it looks seamless, but we actually took a month break between these two segments.
Of course, come on. Number 2, 32 times Tumblr was too clever for its own good.
Yeah.
Now these are just some. I'm going to read through some random
we can go
posts.
through all of them.
Yeah, pick a couple.
The first one here. Let's see. This is
So
what I
what,
like.
like, I guess I've heard of Tumblr. I'm not 100% too familiar with it. I mean, is it just like random stuff just pops up, like pictures and
I've
stuff?
seen
No,
screenshots
it's
of
a-
it. So
it's
people
a-
have blogs, and then
it's a blog.
They find a link or something, and they share it on that blog.
You can share text, photos, anything, up links.
and then
So it just kind of puts it all into one area.
It's like
all
a
these things
blogger.
you
You remember
share.
how Blogger used to be? It's like a modern day blogger. It's not as you can't do as much with it as you can say WordPress.
Okay.
But it's very user friendly, very easy to learn, and very easy to use.
And then people subscribe to your blog, and then they
They can
comment.
follow you.
They follow you.
And then if you allow comments on your blog, they can comment it. If not, they can share it. So they can like it, share it, follow. So
Okay.
like my
so
Tumblr,
it's like
filled.
a personal Reddit. Like people
Yeah.
will.
I use my Tumblr as a visual. Anything I see that I like visually, like as a designer, I'll like it or I'll reblog it, and that way I have.
So it's your sketchbook or whatever.
Yeah,
you're
basically like
talking
a
about.
digital sketchbook. Yeah, kind of. I never thought of it like that, like a digital collage of all the shit I like. And some of it is stuff that like it's inspiring that I hope to go back to eventually, and that's why I've saved. I
And
saved
then
it.
you procrastinate and forget about it.
Well, every now and then I'll go through the archives, and when you go through the archives, it shows you the timeline, and it has the pictures in that month, from that year. So
Yeah.
you can go through and like just get a real quick thumbnail view of everything you have and be like, oh yeah, look at this, and what do I want to do with that?
I've never done anything with Tumblr. I've seen screenshots like the ones that they have on that list you showed me. And yeah, there's some pretty funny comments. Like there's some gold. You can find some Tumblr gold. If you look I guess if you look through it long enough, I don't know.
I have a couple of them I just want to talk about. I haven't finished looking through this whole thing here.
We'll post the entire link on the
link to the whole
on the
thing.
Podcast, but
this
we'll
one
go
has
through
a
a couple.
photo of a gentleman in army gear, looking like he's getting back from the army or from overseas, and his wife in his arm, and there's a blue sign right behind them, and it says, "We've waited 458 days for this moment," and they're standing in front of the luggage carousel. And at the bottom there's a comment that says, "That's fucking ridiculous. No one should have to wait 458 days for their fucking luggage."
Yeah.
Those kind of comments are
Take
funny.
it out of context. Yeah.
And then you have I guess Tumblr trolls. This one guy's comment is, "Ha ha ha, you came out of a vagina." The other guy responds back, "C-section." This guy says, "You were never born then, just removed." The other guy's like, "Ouch." And he's like, "Happy removal day, tumor baby."
It's true, and you think about it, yeah, kind of. Yeah. C-section still is a birth, but type of birth.
This one is really good too. The time they coined a really useful new item. Or, you know how like back in the day they used to have the generic section?
Yeah.
Well, this one says, "Thank you, Walmart. I almost killed my family making pancakes this morning. With great value comes great responsibility." And there's two cans side by side, both with yellow tops, and both are honest like aerosols. And it says great value. Under one of them it says no stick, butter flavored cooking spray. This other one says, I can't read what the lettering on top says, but it says furniture polish right under it.
Oh yeah.
And it looks just
the same.
it looks the same, man. Same company, different items.
Yep.
Maybe they should work on fixing that.
Yeah,
they
color code it with cleaning supplies and stuff like that. No, I definitely noticed that. I've noticed the packaging looks very similar on those.
Yeah, great value. It's like the least amount of
Then you
white
have
boxes
the people that really have a ton of time on their hands, or people that really should be doing other shit but procrastinate. This is a picture of degenerative cubism. I'm not sure who the artist is. I'm assuming maybe Picasso.
Cubism,
because Picasso was really
that's his big thing.
was really into that stuff. Now, it says this is a comment from a Tumblr called "Facts I Just Made Up." It's right under this photo. It says degenerative cubism affects 12% of Spanish cattle. If the disease were ever to become airborne, it's estimated that all beef cattle in the country would be little more than a few lines, leaving the impression of cattle within 1 month. A realism vaccine was developed in 1994, but no occasional surrealist side effects, turning 2% of the cattle injected into arguing mimes and a waffle.
Oh, jeez.
That's pretty funny. Those kind of comments like that, I'm just like, I'm so glad the internet exists. I would never have have access to like that amount of wit.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
it's
just come on now. This one's good too. It's a graphic for television. It says things that make you go and this underneath it says, what's better, Nickelback 39% or Congress 32%?
Oh, jeez.
So people like Nickelback better than Congress.
Yeah,
I used to like Nickelback, but that's like you get.
There's some songs that I have.
Then you have the fails like Melodoodle. Why do blind people walk their dogs so much?
Yeah.
Well, actually, on that joke, one thing that I did kind of notice that somebody pointed out to me is why do drive-through ATMs have Braille on them?
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Drive-through ATMs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they have Braille on them. That's pretty fun. I mean, it could be like, no, because even if
I guess if somebody drives them through, I guess that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But when you just think of it, it's kind of an
Yeah.
No offense to blind people. If any of our listeners are blind people, we don't have a problem with you guys. It is kind of weird to have a drive-through ATM.
I think Fisher doesn't like blind people. No, I'm kidding.
Short people I don't like. No.
Short blind people he just hates. No, that's weird to think about. Like the Braille on on certain places like that.
I mean, yeah, the only thing that I can think of is if you have somebody like in the back or whatever, so they
Okay,
can use
yeah,
it.
that
That
makes
would
sense.
make sense. But other than that, it is.
I guess that
a strange
that
thing.
moment happened once, and then they're just like, or that happened a couple times. People complain. Let's just make it standard operating procedure to do that.
Maybe.
The time they made us confront our own scars, and it was a huge letdown. Riddle my Hiddles post or 8-bit post on the Riddle me Hiddles photo or something that says, "We're all born with scars from the moment we open our eyes and look at the world. We are wounded, and we all share the same mark: belly buttons." The next post by Riddle me Hiddles says, "If anyone wants you to explain what an anticlimax is, I'll show them this text post."
Yeah.
Uh-oh, there's somebody summed up what a boner is.
Oh, jeez.
Food chewer. I just got my first boner. Secret life of
Oh, don't try to read names. Yeah, it's hard to read.
Aswarn says congratulations. Thanks. It was hard.
Jeez.
This is a good one. Let's see. Star Trek joke. You guys want to hear a joke? Okay. How many ears does Captain Kirk have? 3. A left ear, a right ear, and a final front ear.
Jeez.
Nice. Star Trek better.
Let's see. Cadbury Pringle Patch. Patch?
I'll take.
Let's see what this says here.
Did we break something?
I don't think so. Check.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Tumblr's pretty cool. I mean, it's just another place that people can make funny comments.
Yes, very funny comments. Let's see, the time they updated the Bard for modern audiences. Alas, poor Yorick, you were as glam as fuck.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, big giant green skull. Since you can't. See
What did
it.
Vincent say when he lost his car in the parking lot? Where did my van go? Correct pronunciation of
Yeah.
go is goff, you uncultured swine.
Yeah, I was gonna
Fuck
say.
go. It's
It's
fuck
pronounced-
goff. Get it? Fuck goff.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That is good. Using them against them. Why do people say don't be a pussy when talking about weakness? More like don't be a man's ego, because you know there's nothing more fragile than that. Because pussy is shortened from the word pusillanimous, which means timidly or coward. Not the slang word for the female genitalia region. Literally no one else knows this. Nobody.
Yeah, I had no idea where it came from.
Which means timid or cowardly. The other guy's like, not the slang word for female
Like
genitalia.
cowardly lion, I guess.
It's like I saw that movie Role Models last night. I was watching some movies like, why do they call it venti? It's not venti. It's venti means 20, not large. And then when his
called
chick
venti.
does it,
Yeah.
go ahead.
It's called venti because it's 20 ounces.
20 venti, and she loses.
Really?
That's a good one. Man.
Paul Rudd is a good. He's gonna be Ant-Man.
You mad that I fucked 20 times more girls than you? 20 times 0 equals 0. He sank the boat he was working on just to kill the captain. That's a good one, dude. The time they made it to third base, how far have you gone with a guy? I went to Canada with my dad once.
Hey?
How far have you gone with a guy? The time you didn't even notice until you read it again. According to a recent survey, replacing the words with the names of musical instruments in a sentence often goes undetected. I am so fucking angry.
Oh, you get it?
Accordion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Instead of recording? Yes.
Yeah.
I was looking for other musical instrument words hidden throughout, but
Well, that's like the one where they have like if you switch like 2 letters in a word and stuff like that.
your brain still picks it up and
Well,
reads
because
it.
you read the first letters and the last letters, but you don't really read the middle, so that's why it doesn't matter. As long as it's the same length, you usually just kind of skip over it.
Yeah.
I love this one. This is something I would do. If I ever have a daughter, I'm going to name her Lizard, and then she'll get the nickname Liz, and everyone will be like, "Oh, is that short for Elizabeth?" And she'll have to say, "No, my name is Lizard." My name is a lizard.
Hopefully they never have a
that's
daughter.
a-
Oh,
yeah.
is that short for Elizabeth?
No kids for you,
No,
Patrick.
my name is Lizard. If I had a daughter, I'm naming her Lizard, dude.
No.
I love this one. I still like it, but I
Name
can't.
normal names.
Let's see. Robot Master. And fuck yeah, radio, dead air. I remember the selling their kid on eBay story. Who sells their kid on eBay? eBay, that's nuts. That's a child, a living being that you made. That shit goes on SD.
Etsy.
Etsy. What the fuck is Etsy?
It's like I've never been on it, but I know about it. It's like people can go on Etsy and they have their own like stores where they can make stuff for people.
Oh.
Make stuff. A living being you made. That shit goes on SD.
Yeah, Etsy.
Etsy, whatever.
So yeah, like if you make like a certain
Babies.
like a certain like baby doll or something, or
Real
anything like
babies?
signs or something,
Oh, okay.
you have your own storefront and you can like sell things online through Etsy.
Etsy. Let's see this one. The time they took the doctor's advice. My doctor told me to eat more Taco Bell. Well, actually, he said less McDonald's, but I'm pretty sure I didn't know what he meant.
Nice.
In the 7th grade, I went to see a movie with a boy, and in the middle of it, he was like, "Do you want a kiss?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" And he pulled a bag of Hershey Kisses out of his coat. Do you realize what a good backup plan that is?
I know, actually, that's pretty clever when you think about it.
That is a good one.
Because you're like, oh, bail.
Yeah, that is a good one. I gotta remember that.
Yeah, because if she says no, you're like, fine, I'm gonna eat.
Fine.
And she'll be like, oh no,
More for me.
It's like, well, no, I want one now, and then you kiss her.
Mwah. Gotcha. Clear skin is so attractive, I chop off a left toe for clear skin forever. I swear to fucking God, writing a post on this website is like talking to a fucking genie. You better be specific as shit or some smart ass is gonna ruin your life.
Yeah, there's a picture of like a skull with like a clear layer, like the
Skin.
clear skin.
Clear
Yeah.
skin, nice.
Well, that would be muscle, right? Because the muscle's over the skeleton.
Yes. Yes, in reality, yes.
So that's just me trolling
Yeah.
Tumblr trolls right down that one. Every year after the juniors finish reading The Great Gatsby, my high school English teacher throws a Gatsby party at his huge house. Everybody shows up in period clothing and Charleston's to 20s music.
Okay.
My English teacher just wears a suit and stands off to the side, staring wistfully out the window the entire night.
He's an all-seeing eye.
Oh my.
Jeez.
The time they pranked a friend by replacing no with pecan pie. in the
Oh,
autocorrect.
I've seen this picture.
Oh yeah, I want to get anything while I'm out. Pecan pie. Pecan pie, what the fuck? Pecan pie. When he's trying to say no. Why does it do that? I wonder.
I think if you
Well-
save it, I think you have to go into settings and stuff. You could probably change
so.
it.
This guy, when he saved pecan pie to pop up when he types in no.
Yeah, well, there's like autocorrect on things like so. Like if they
You
ever,
want pecan pie? Pecan pie. Dude.
I've seen some funny ones like on Microsoft Word of people like replacing words with other words. So it's funny.
If you're ever feeling lazy, just remember that the ancient Greeks believed their gods lived on top of a very climbable hill, but no one even bothered to check.
Oh, jeez.
Not a
That's a good point.
Let's see. They start naming numbers that already exist. My favorite number on Tumblr ever. My favorite picture on Tumblr ever. Why isn't 11 pronounced 1D1?
1T1.
1T1. I'm laughing so hard because I thought of 22 and said 2D2 was out loud at 4 a.m. Oh God.
So 22. Nice.
3D3, 44. I realized I made a mistake. Let's see. You're living, you occupy space, and you have mass. Do you know what that means? You matter. It's the most inspirational pun I have ever seen. Eating is so badass. I mean, you put something in your cavity, you smash it and destroy it with 32 protruding bones, and then a meat tentacle pushes it into a pool of acid. After a few hours, you absorb its essence and transform it into energy. Just wow. This is the most metal thing I've ever read in my whole life. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Does anyone have an original pick?
Yeah, you have to look at it.
That's down. Yeah, that one was dumb.
It's one of those fake censorship ones where just cover up parts of the body. It looks like there's no clothes.
I bet you have to like go through a lot of Tumblr posts to get something witty like that. So the
Yeah.
list wise, that's probably the best way to look at those.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I mean, I've gone through a lot of Tumblr. I don't remember seeing something like that. I usually, maybe a handful of times. I can probably count them on both hands.
Yeah, you gotta look for the people who go through and look at those. I mean, I've seen a bunch of like Facebook where they have like the huge columns where they all do puns and stuff like
I
that.
like
It's
the
I've
Facebook fails or like Twitter fails, you know?
Yeah, that's where that's where I see that kind of stuff on. I mean, that's those guys. They have probably a huge team of people looking for that kind of stuff, where somebody sends it to them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, like a network of people like filtering through, going through filters for
Well,
shit.
yeah, and a lot of it's I mean, I've seen a lot of those pictures on other websites, so they just will search like Tumblr,
Imager or Tumblr.
funny Tumblr, and then they'll just compile the list.
Yeah.
There was a couple more things I wanted to talk about before we get out of here. First of all, I wanted to ask you about the Bill Cosby incident.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? Me and Jimmy were talking last week. He told me he had pulled up some stuff to talk about for this episode, and he said he'd found something on Bill Cosby and Hannibal Buress. So we went through and he found some sites that ended up talking about Hannibal Buress' stand-up and how you can search Hannibal Buress or Cosby rape and you get a lot more hits for Cosby rape because in theory, or I don't know how to say it, I guess, but he's been allegedly he's a rapist and he's raped multiple women by drugging them and then raping them over a period of time. And the thing is that he flat out refuses to deny it or even acknowledge it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about it because I mean,
at all.
At least from the news story that we just heard, he hasn't been convicted. So technically, he's gotten off on the charges. So possibly he's innocent.
But
Maybe
that
didn't
could just be settlements, though. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we don't know. That's
know.
the thing.
He's never been convicted, therefore he is not a rapist. I mean,
innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to. Yeah, I mean, I don't. No pun intended there, but no, it's definitely it's definitely something we don't know. I mean,
Well, I mean, more than one woman has come out and said this, and would it be just to get money out of him? Like I said, is it that she's
it's been done before. I don't have the proper knowledge to make an actual verdict. I have no idea.
But I mean, like that's saying like when there's smoke, there's fire. I mean, obviously. It changes my perception of Bill Cosby greatly.
Yeah, he became the pudding pops guy to somebody who's putting his pop in something he shouldn't.
Oh no, but so it changes my perception of him a lot. Like I used to like him. I used to like him. Yeah, I used to. But now I'm not sure if I like him because I don't know.
We'll have to find out. I mean, it's one of those ones gather all the evidence or whatever and finally get an actual verdict on it.
I heard his David Letterman this couple of weeks or in the future, short future, he was supposed to appear on David Letterman, and they've canceled that meeting with him, that interview with him.
Mm-hmm. I think that's actually probably a good idea because that's going to be the thing they ask.
That's the giant elephant in the room.
So it's that's
it's going to be the thing that everybody wants to know.
So Bill, how are you? Are you a rapist?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know how TV goes.
And then Bill Cosby probably has his people saying, like, don't ask any of those questions. But really, that's
the only thing anybody wants to know
right now. Yeah, I mean.
So it definitely, I think that's a good move on his part right now.
So do you guys both just said you don't view him the same way anymore?
I don't.
I mean, I subscribe to that, like, even if someone's been, but it's hard to know because you don't know because it's obviously he's not been convicted. You don't know how that all unfolded.
How the allegations came about to be.
I don't know if I necessarily think of him differently. I'm definitely a little bit more aware of him.
You wouldn't leave
recently.
your kids with him.
I mean, probably I wouldn't leave kids with most people anyway. But
so everybody's a rapist now, huh?
That doesn't mean it's
not anybody has the.
It's not like their kids, so they're at least one level of separation, so it's not the same.
But yeah, this is just one of those.
Jimmy, you've thought about this, obviously.
Well, you guys said you talked about it earlier, so I mean,
we kind of talked about it, like just the general subject.
But I mean, it's definitely one of I'll hold judgment until if they decide to keep going forward, and if they convict him of it, then it's like definitely my thoughts will change.
A lot of these women say it happened over an extended period of time. That they were drugged and then raped by Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
What I've got to say or ask about that is, like, after the second time it happens, maybe you don't want to drink what he's offering you. You know what I'm saying?
That's.
I mean,
yes, you're right to a point.
You know
but I still don't know.
Last time I woke up, this didn't turn out good. But yeah, I'll drink some of that with you, Bill.
Yeah, I mean, there is a certain point to where
that's kind of why I don't credit it so much, and I think that his silence on the subject is just to not give them the power or the satisfaction of him responding to it, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, I bet he's got, like, his lawyer or something, like, don't respond to this. because it's not
Sure.
it's not going to go. It's
Not going to go good.
Not going to be
good. Anything he
either
says
way.
could be taken the wrong way.
Because sometimes if you try to defend yourself, that's just gives more, puts more, kindle on the fire, or whatever you want to call it. It just keeps the issue going more. I mean, if you just kind of sit back, let the legal system do its thing or whatever, that's usually the better thing to do.
Yeah, it all came about from the Bill Cosby, like, on his website requested, like, people make memes about, like, some of these pictures that he has out there of, like, him in the Cosby Show or him on stand-up and stuff, and, like, overwhelmingly people put, like, the rape stuff on
Yeah,
there. Like,
it was all about
it's like,
rapey shit.
It's like, on top, it's like, my 2 favorite things, and then at the bottom it's like, pudding pops and rape. So, it's like, oh, geez. But,
they're laying it on kind of thick to old Bill.
yeah, so, I mean, like I said, I used to like his stuff, and it just changes my. It's the same thing with like Michael Jackson.
I still like his stuff, but like I said, I'm gonna hold judgment until
Michael
the
Jackson's
whole
still the
thing
king
is.
of pop, though.
Yeah,
I mean, he might be a weirdo, might be a freak, might be into stuff
child
that I'm not
molester.
into. Yeah, but I'm not gonna see it because he made Thriller. Come on.
He should be forgiven for all his.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
think
Come
necessarily
like a
on.
child.
forgiven, but at least it's one of those. Don't discredit what
Dude,
he has
don't
accomplished.
leave your little kids around him now, but he's
You're
still
like,
the
yes,
king of pop.
he's made bad decisions, but he's also done some great things. That's kind of
Yeah, I don't know. It sucks. That if it's true, it really sucks. If it's false, then it's kind of they're just trying to extort money from him.
I
and
think
stuff
that's
like
what
that.
it boils down to. Like I said, the women's play that happened over a period of time more than once, and I think after the first or second time, you just stop drinking what he's giving you,
Well,
eating what he's giving you.
People, I
Why
mean,
would you keep hanging out with him if you woke up the next morning, couldn't remember anything, and parts of your body were just killing you? You know what I'm saying?
I
Well,
don't know.
I mean,
I've never been in that
Every
situation.
time I hang out with Bill, my butt hurts. So I'm gonna go and hang out with Bill.
Well, I mean, you always hear those stories of like all types of abusive relationships, and they still stay together for one reason or another. You never know the circumstances behind all that. So
That's why I say
it possibly could have happened like multiple times, or it like if they're in a relationship and he does it once and then apologizes, forgive me, I'm so sorry, I'm a terrible
Keeps doing
person,
it.
and then just years later does it again. That's rape over years. So that's the same thing. So
I guess so.
That's not really.
Thank you for that description of rape over time.
Yeah. So
Before we get out of here, I wanna cut off the Bill Cosby talk because
Yeah.
I never really loved Bill Cosby. I used to watch the Cosby Show. I used to watch all that stuff. But I like some of his stand up. I like some of those episodes, and I think that it might not have taken place. I think it was a way to extort money out of him.
possibly. Yeah. I mean, we don't know.
who knows?
But
I mean, I don't know
he's
the
a good.
facts.
He's a good guy. He's influenced a lot of comedians, so you can't take that away. from him,
America's
at least.
Dad. I think of him as a rapist, Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, Hannibal Buress. I mean, you don't know. I don't know.
Lastly, I want to discuss our future
endeavors, I guess.
endeavors with the Being Brendan Fisher
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
This
Podcast
not sure exactly when it's going to be uploaded. Probably the day the podcast is being uploaded is Monday, possibly on Monday as well, or maybe Tuesday. I don't know.
yeah, we're trying.
If not on Monday, sometime during the next few days.
Yeah.
So
We're
we're
gonna-
testing
gonna
something out.
Premiere the Being Brandon Fisher
Oh, boy.
web series. We hope.
Possibly series, yeah.
Everybody wants you to go and see it. Once it's up, we'll let everybody know through Facebook, through our Twitter. Go check it out, like it, share the fuck out of it, and that way,
Let's get it spread.
yeah, that way we can get this stuff viral. People can see it, and if we get a good enough response, we want to do more. We have ideas and plans to create more.
Yeah, you can
So-
see my mad acting skills.
Oh man,
What do you guys have to say about it?
Crazy. I think it came out good. I like it.
Yeah, I liked it. It's weird seeing me
Be
as a
weird.
main focus. Yeah, doing something. I mean, that's fine. I don't care. I mean, I was up for it, but it's just like it's awkward for me to go back in and watch it.
So,
I'm normally behind the camera for this kind of stuff, so for me, it's
Nope.
awkward being in front of the camera and being.
The only awkward part I had was
Star.
almost having to sit in the fridge to shoot that one shot. Everything else I think went pretty cool. At the end of it, me and Jimmy make a cameo in the end of it.
Yeah, so we'll see that if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel so it'll pop up in your YouTube feed.
Yes,
Whenever we do get it.
we do have the Halloween special
Sketches.
special sketches that we did this last month, right?
Yeah,
Halloween.
They were posted in October 31st on Halloween. There was 4 of them.
Yes.
The
Running Late, Coffee Run, H2O No, and Sunburn.
Whatever it was, yeah.
They're in black and white, and we got dressed up. We really put some production value into this one.
Some production
fancy
value.
capes.
Yeah.
Fancy
But
capes.
yeah, definitely. If you haven't checked out those, check out those. And we're going to be possibly doing some more video.
Yeah, we're hoping now. I think we're going to start having some more free time.
Well, we do want to continue with the Being Brandon Fisher series, but we do have a whole
other
ideas.
stuff. Yeah,
a whole list of.
So we'll try some other stuff, see what happens, see what you guys like, and then we'll go from there.
And then we'll see which ones make it and what we can continue to bring to you.
And also on the YouTube is all the video versions of these podcasts, so you'll get to see us talking.
Yes.
Yay.
Which everyone wants to do.
And everyone wants to see us talking.
I want to see me talking.
Well, you did.
I know. Yeah, as I say, it was awkward too.
Anyways, any last words, guys, for this week?
Nope.
Nope, not that I can think of.
Don't procrastinate.
Don't procrastinate. Don't leave your kids with Bill Cosby. Troll Tumblr like crazy and share with us any cool things you find on there like that.
Oh, no.
What else?
I say procrastinate.
Stay tuned for the first episode of Being Brandon Fisher. I'll give you a little hint. This first one is called Space.
About space.
About space.
And that kind of commemorates. We just landed a freaking rover on, or a probe on a comet.
Yeah, too bad the battery ran
out of juice when they were trying to drill.
Ah, damn it.
And they said that the reason that happened was because it landed on the dark side of the meteor where they can't recharge its batteries with the sun.
Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe,
Well, how long do you think how far was it that they said?
310 million miles.
So that thing is going to be like 80 years from now going around in the universe again, and it'd probably be facing the sun. So
eventually,
some of the computers here on planet Earth are just going to kick on and start getting.
There'll be a signal or something. They go, what the hell is that?
I wonder how long it'll take. How long would it take to...
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into it. I just know I saw a thing that was like 310 miles.
Because honestly, if the comet circles back around and it turns a bit and the batteries do get juiced, that thing starts sending information. I'm hoping we're going to still have some way to collect it then.
I assume they'll be monitoring that frequency or however it works.
I'm pretty sure somebody will have a record of it somewhere. I mean,
not like Idiocracy where they just like let shit go and then it goes to garbage.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That would be interesting to see in the future, what happens with that thing, because it's still sitting on the comet. All it needs to do is just turn to the sun a bit, and it's good.
Yeah, so to honor that kind of indirectly, Being Brandon Fisher.
It is now. It wasn't when we made it, but it is
Brandon,
now.
shh.
Well, hey, we made the video before it happened, so I mean,
it's been gone for 3 years to land on it.
We timed it perfectly. We have a master plan.
But yeah, the first episode is called Being Brandon Fisher. The first episode title is Space. It's really good. We worked for a whole 3 hours, 2 hours to complete that. We shot it in a couple hours. Jimmy's the one editing it all down. He had it done pretty quick, and right now we're just putting the finishing touches on everything.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun. I think everybody's going to enjoy it. Honestly, I really do.
We hope. I mean, if not, well, then just tell us. I mean, either way.
Yeah. It won't hurt.
Tell us we suck. Yeah. All right, then we won't do it again.
F that.
It'll hurt Patrick's feelings.
I will literally drive to your houses and punch you all in the face.
Oh, no.
I will pull a Jay and Silent Bob because I hate the internet. The fuck is the internet?
Okay. All right.
That's a great way to end.
What was that? That the Clerks 2, where they're online and like listening to everybody talk smack about them.
No, Strike Back.
Was it Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Where they're on the internet?
Oh, yes. That's where they're all like, what the fuck is the internet?
Yeah.
Because they got all these people talking trash about us. We're going to visit each one of them individually and beat their asses. And then at the end of the movie, they honestly do it.
They do. Yes. Good movie.
My favorite two guys. Besides you guys.
Oh.
Besides you guys.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah.
I like Jay and Silent Bob better. Sorry.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right.
Cut. We'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Check us out on Facebook, on Twitter. Visit our website often. Share it. Cut it out. Print it up on the fucking photo scanner at work and post it up everywhere in the hallways.
Yeah.
Get word out that this is the stuff you guys like to listen to.
Yeah.
And send us shirt pics to Fisher's phone number at 555.
Oh man.
555-0123.
Oh, that's why I got all those dark pictures while I was gone. Oh,
Yes. Those are our fans loving you. Anyways, any last words, guys?
No.
New episodes every Monday, so check them out.
Keep going.
In that case, we'd like to conclude episode number
39.
Thank you all for listening and have a nice rest of your life.
right, bye.
Peace.
Thanks for watching our video, guys.
Before you leave, don't forget to rate and subscribe so you'll be informed for all of our future updates.
Make sure you visit our social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, or visit the website, thinkingoutsidethepod.com. All the links will be in the description below.